What's up guys, Man on the Moon here with another video, and today I'm going to be continuing my defense team build series, and I'm going to be going over my Dr. Denise team. I've been holding off on this one just because I've been working on Princess's weapon mainly. I'll show you the weapon that I used over the weekend as well, and I'll show you the weapon I'm working on for her. And then I just did a princess character build 2 days ago, and I gave some other options for good weapons for hers in that, if you'd like to check that out. But as usual, I'm going to go over the mods I've got on the characters, the weapons I've got on them, and just the basic theory of the team in general. But before we get to that, I would like to remind you to like and subscribe for more content. As usual, man, same as usual. It just helps out the channel. It really does. So I appreciate all you guys that have been subscribing lately and hitting that like button constantly. It just really helps out. All right, now here is the team itself. Honestly, I've seen far better Dr. Denise teams than this one. It's just the best I can make. Denise lead, Princess, William, Circuit, and Mike. Now, I've had a lot of people say, why do I have Princess and William in the team when Princess gives 100% damage over time reduction? The thing is, she only gives damage over time reduction for the first 2 or 3 turns, as to where Williams is just permanent. So there's that, right? Like, once that 100% goes away, you still got 70% for the rest of the fight. Secondly, I really think William just in his own is just a good character. His turn 1 sig is really good. That daze is awesome. Granted, it's not as effective as it used to be because a lot of characters had, a lot of attack characters have turn 1 sig, so they would have used it by then. Even with that, he does so much. The bonus HP, the days, he's just got so much on his kit. Circuit is just obvious why she's there. She's just good. The halo, the tenacity, the defense bonus to the strong characters, it's all good. And then Mike, he's just, you need a bodyguard in most teams. I really do feel that. And besides that, he himself can get kills just because of the infection. It's not very likely these days because it's only like 25% or something. But it can happen, So he's kind of like, between him and Princess, that's kind of like my kill potential in the team. Now, as far as the mods go, for Dr. Denise, I tanked her out as much as I possibly could just because of the fact that I've only got her LB1. So I did go HP set. I put an HP mod on there. The defense mod, I know it's offset, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. If it's Paragon, it's worth using as far as stat mods go. Screw set bonus, it's just 27% stat mod. You know what I mean? That's worth using. Defense versus strong. Tyrese is going to be everywhere coming up. He's the new normalize, and he is really good. Not to say that you'd necessarily want to bring him against a Denise team. You might want to bring Zeke instead. But when it comes down to it, Zeke isn't actually a damage dealer, and Tyrese is. And then finally, I just went with a good daze resist just because her signature move is good. She's mainly a leader skill in my mind. She's got some good stuff on her kit, but she's really there just for that leader skill, All right, now for Princess, HP set. I doubled down on the defense versus, so I went defense versus tough, mainly for, to against Raven, and then anti-alert just because of trait damage. Nice reflect mod on there just because, that's the toxic thing to do. And then trauma resist. I got a really, 67% trauma resist. I think anything over 65 is a really good mod personally when it comes to resist. Um, and that's probably the most important one for her, just because of that cleanse passive. And then again, defense mod, yeah, it's offset, but yeah, who cares? Next up, we got William, and for him, I went defense set. Again, I doubled down on the stats just because he's old. He's an old character. He needs those stats to survive. So I got that Paragon defense mod on there. I've got the HP mod on there. Defense wall disarm just because he's holding the walk weapon, and like that abs slow is a pain. Like for real. Like I hate attacking at those improved abs D weapons without a disarm. I know there's not really like a top tier disarm in rotation at the moment, but they're still in use, and there are characters that work as a disarm even though they're not. So super fat defense wall disarm mod, and then just a really good stun resist. And that's just because he can. He has the total cleanse on his rush. So if he survives long enough to get that off, he'll have the total cleanse for everything else. Now, granted, maybe I should go impair resist, but like Raven has that stun built in, and Raven is still one of those like top tier, heavily used attack characters. So, and stun is there again. Stun is essentially the same. Stun disarms you. So if I can avoid that stun, then maybe I can survive, the actual attacks. And if I survive the attacks, then, we go from there. All right. So next up, we have Circuit. Circuit's a bit of a mess at the moment. I need to do a full mod wipe. Like, I've been saying that for ages. I know I'm going to have to do it in the next couple of weeks. It's been like 9 months since I did a full one, so like her mods are actually pretty likely to change coming forward. But at the moment, we got defense set, that Paragon defense mod, which honestly it seems a little unnecessary considering she boosts defense anyway, but like it's a Paragon defense mod. I'm not gonna not use it, And I think she just was like one of my new characters right when I got that mod, so it just made sense. Defense versus alert, trait advantage, it just makes sense. A really good daze and a really good confuse resist. Well, the confuse resist isn't great, but the daze resist is pretty good. And then a really good AP drain mod. I know she doesn't do that many basic attacks, but like there's not a whole lot of great stuff for auxiliary anyway, and I literally have nothing left. Like the only thing I have on defense set that is like remotely defense based that I have left at the moment is I got a really good defense wall confuse mod, but like I'm not going to run confuse resist and defense wall confused, so offset AP drain it is. I would like to go reflect, I just don't have it at the moment. I don't even know. I literally need to unmod everyone just so I can see what I have. I don't even know anymore. Alright, and lastly we got Mike. For him, I went defense set, HP mod, doubled down on the defense versus Raven, and there's just Raven. Honestly, I think Kenny's going to make a comeback with Dr. Denise and with Princess. I really do. So, defense versus alert and tough for, anti-Raven, anti-Kenny, St. Patty, Priya, those kind of characters. Then I mean, I want to say a good stun resist, but 54% is really not that good, unfortunately. And when it comes down to it, he's just one of the weaker characters, so I'm not going to give him the better mods. That being said, he does have a really good defense wall confuse mod. So if somebody like makes the mistake of confusing him, oh man, he turns into a brick wall like instantly. Alright, next up we got the weapons. And we are going to be starting with Dr. Denise. As you can see, I'm just using her base weapon. Maxed out the HP. That was literally the only thing I did. Well, actually, I think I maxed out the HP and put 5% into defense, maybe? Like, I feel like it started out with 45% defense and 35%, or 45% HP and 35% defense. I gotta check. Oh, it was 40-40. Okay. So yeah, I just maxed out the HP. She's a defense leader. She's got Circuit on the team. She doesn't need more defense. She needs more HP. Simple as that. Now, for Princess, this is the weapon I am building for her at the moment. I am trying to get the minus 50% crit damage reduction on the 4 slot, and then I'm going to just boost the defense. But I'm going to have to reset it. It's going to end up being 40% defense, 35% HP, the revive, and then minus 50% critical damage reduction. Although I will admit, I am kind of considering doing the minus 15% to rush damage. I'm not entirely sure which would be better. Obviously 50 is a bigger number than 15, so like that's the route I'm inclined to go. But I don't know. I'm going to have to decide. And this is the weapon I was actually using on her last week. And the weapon I was using on her during last weekend's war. 35% defense, 43% HP, because this was back before I like only made perfect weapons. The AP down, and that elusive, man, it is just on there constantly with this weapon. I would say this is a pretty good fallback. Like, if you have this weapon, I don't think it would be terrible for her. I have been recommended Williams Cleaver quite a bit, and I just don't have it. Honestly, I probably would use it if I did, but I just don't. I missed it when it came around, and I've just never gotten it. Next up, we got William, and he has the walk sword. Again, here, all I did was max out the HP, improved abs D, improved, the strong healing. Like, if you got this weapon, it needs to be on this team, and that's just all there is to it. I think he needed the most help surviving, so I gave it to him. I thought about giving it to Mike because bodyguard, but I honestly think William's more important to the team than Mike is, so I want him to survive longer. Circuit, just went basic with it. I left the AP on defense because I feel like she's probably going to get targeted because she's one of the more, like, quote-unquote dangerous characters in the team. Improved focus stun, real good. We all know it. Group Halo, amazing. We all know it. So that's just a simple craft. I think that was the other honest reason why I just did what I did, was because it was just an easy craft, And finally, on William, I know. I don't want to hear it. I made this weapon at the beginning of... Actually, no, I made this weapon in the frickin' S-Class era. And I made it for, like... Oh, God, I can't even remember who I made this weapon for. I'm honestly thinking about resetting it and going with like negative crit damage or something. I just kind of hate resetting weapons and having to work on them again once I've gotten them to where I wanted them in the first place. The problem is this weapon's not all that relevant anymore. You know, like it's got some like niche uses on like if I were to use Rick 2K on attack, that this would be okay still just because of the 1535, but having an abs D weapon on strong that like isn't good just because I don't know. I need to figure something out. Problem is I can't make this, you know? And I can't go back to 4-star to put defense on it. So I don't know. This is what I'm working with Mike at the moment. I know he doesn't need attack, neither does Circuit. I just honestly, now that I'm thinking about it though, I don't know why I didn't do this before. If I'm gonna have that set up, where is she? I should at least have William getting the crit, that way. Yeah, now he's at least more likely to hit the crits on his battle medic. I can't believe I never noticed that until now. That is, like, I'm actually kind of ashamed of that, and I'm putting it on the internet, no less. That actually helps. Wow. That makes me feel a little bit better about the 1535 being there. Yeah, okay. Well, that is all I got for this one, guys. I just had a little epiphany there. Wow. I want to thank you all for watching the video. My channel's been doing really well lately, and it really is all because of you guys. You know, I'm not watching my own videos; it's you guys doing it. So seriously, thank you for that. That's all I got for this one. I hope this helped. I hope you enjoyed. And as always, until next time, remember, it is a game, so try and have fun. This is going to be your friendly neighborhood man on the moon, signing off. Later, guys.